I was thinking the other day. I've been watching Dexter, obviously, and there's like a lot of car accidents in there. I feel like in that show.
Sure.
And I think it might be cool to get in a car accident if you knew you weren't going to get hurt or have to pay for damages.
If you could be severed for it and you're guaranteed to not have any serious injuries.
Yeah, but it'd be like a sick car crash.
You wake up immediately after
with the memory
amongst the wreckage, but everyone's okay, and you're like, "Whoa, this is I kind of look sick right now."
Yeah, or like just like if you're like you flipped your car and just like 10 rolls, like it might be sick, but you know you're gonna be okay.
You want to be a monster truck driver, is what you're saying?
Essentially, yeah.
Because they pretty much do that, but it's safe because the roll cages are so good.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought about that. I was like, but how? Like, I just think it'd be like crazy. It's pretty much like a roller coaster, but
which I hate. So
yeah, you hate that. So you probably
I've done that before on the go-kart. So I wasn't driving though.
Yeah. I forgot about that. How you were young.
I was
or
probably
younger.
No, I mean I was probably in high school, but like early high school.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Yeah.
A youngin'. Welcome back to Yelling at Pigeons. Today is Wednesday, March 26th. This is episode 35. Caleb, what do you want to talk about today?
Why'd you do it so fast?
I don't know. I just wanted to see if I could speed run it. If you couldn't understand it, slow it down to half speed, and then you'll know. You'll know the date. You'll know
our 6 listeners know the vibes already.
Yeah. So I just tried, I should say, not successfully, to replace an HDMI port on an old Xbox One S, and this is my second attempt. The first attempt, I would give advice, make sure you have the right tools, because I only had pretty much one correct tool, and that was the soldering gun. And also, I'd never used a soldering gun before. So I think what went wrong...
You didn't have any screwdrivers or anything?
Well, yeah, but
I had... the tool you would need.
Yeah, but to change the actual port, they're soldered to the motherboard. So removing it was difficult because what I learned is you're supposed to do it with a heat gun. You're supposed to heat up the connection like super, super hot so the metal gets like basically wet and then just take it off. And I didn't do that the first time. I just snapped it off of there and then tried to scrape it down to the connection as best I could. And then I also didn't have the right part the first time because I ordered an HDMI for a Xbox Series S, which I did on purpose because Jimmy is broken and I was going to try to fix it. But then I was like, let me practice on this One S first because the HDMI doesn't work. And turns out they don't use the same port. So I tried to so not only am I doing this for the first time, I'm also trying to rig it up with a port that's not for that one. So that did not go well. And also, it's crazy how perfectly these things are constructed because with that other port being in there, it was off just a little bit of the hole it's supposed to go to, and it made everything off. I ended up having to hold the thing together with 3 screws. Because the rest of the screws, nothing aligned. But this time, I made progress because I had the right port and I ordered a heat gun. So I heated things up a little bit and connected it. Everything looked pretty good. Almost everything fit correctly. I only had 3 extra screws this time. Last time I had, no joke, last time I must have had a dozen. It was barely being held together. But I tested it. Still the same issue. So I'm chalking it up to, I think I did a decent job this time. I use the term decent loosely. I think I did a decent job this time, but I think I did too much damage last time for a decent job to be good enough this time. I think if I had done this well the first time, it would have worked.
Okay.
But that was electronic repair with Luke. So this is our electronic repair.
You told me that you were fixing Jimmy's Xbox, then you said a 1S or Xbox One S. I was like, what? I was confused.
Yeah, it's the one I had given him.
We got back to it.
And he has a new one now, but the new one has a HDMI problem, so I was trying to learn how to fix it.
Yeah. I don't know how to transition now.
Bruce Jenner, 2014.
He knew, obviously.
He didn't know how until he learned.
Yeah, that's true.
He learned.
Did you see that story about the girl from Last of Us?
Yeah, her coworker telling her she was autistic.
Yeah, if one of my coworkers, like if I was just chilling at work one day, and well, first off, if you don't know the story, the girl from The Last of Us, I don't know her name, didn't write her name down.
I forgot it.
From The Last of Us. It's okay. She's not going to see this. She might.
Yeah, because we didn't say her name.
That's true. But one of a crew member was just like said that she saw signs of her being autistic, so she just went and got tested. Which is and it feels like liberating and it's freeing.
Yeah.
If one of my coworkers, if I was just chilling and one of my coworkers were like, "Hey, you might be autistic," I'd be like, yeah."
Yeah, probably am. Yeah.
Okay, newsflash, buddy. Probably am. Like,
I think the point is more so, like, I don't think most people should be surprised to have a little bit. Yeah. I think if they were like, "Hey," like sat you down, like, I think you're like severely, like barely functioning autistic. Like, whoa. Yeah. But if they're like, I think you're on the spectrum, like, yeah, probably.
But also just think that might just be the difference between like men and women. Just like, guys are just like,
get him, misogyny.
In March, dang it! I said that in March.
Oh, you misogynist! Deshaun Watson would love you.
But yeah,
I did see that story. I thought that was.
I was just like, man, if me and the boys talk about how we're autistic all the time.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. I mean, by the way, none of us are diagnosed.
No,
we're all just like, yeah, probably autistic.
I saw this hat that was like undiagnosed, but I've had I've seen the signs.
Oh man, her name's Bella Ramsey, by the way.
Oh yeah, she's from across the pond.
Across the pond, she skipped over here. Yeah,
she skipped on over here to being
the Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
See, this is why their accent is stupid, because then it sounds like you're saying the Lost of Us.
Yeah.
She's not in Lost. She's not in This Is Us. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
She's in The Last of Us.
Land of the Lost.
No, she's not even lost in the show, I don't think. I mean, I guess you could make that claim, but not really.
No, I think I've never seen it, honestly, so don't really
You never played the game either?
Yeah, no.
Neither
just saw the article.
But I have seen the show.
Didn't even read the article. Saw the article headline.
I love that. You went from haven't seen the show, haven't played the game, just read the article. Didn't read the article, read the headline.
Yeah.
Just eliminated almost everything.
We are honest on this show.
That we are. That we are.
I'm not going to let the listeners, viewers, assume that I read the whole article. No.
Speaking of ponds, reminds me of water. I sent you a meme earlier and you didn't get it, which was shocking to me because you're usually as chronically online as I am.
Yeah.
Now, maybe I'm going to throw out some options here to see if we can get you to realize it. Maybe there's a chance you just don't know that's what it's from.
Okay. Possibly.
Have you heard anyone say, yeah, looking at it, bro, we're going to need to get to 10,000? Have you heard anyone say that?
Is this Ashton
Hall?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so I haven't watched many of his videos, but I've seen him dip his face in
the water.
And rub a banana peel on his face.
Okay. Should we watch one of his videos? We could do like What would it be if two friends watched a video that was cringy? I don't know. I'll think of a name for it.
Nah.
All right, let me pull this up here because I was surprised. That makes more sense that you were more aware and just didn't realize.
Yeah, I just couldn't even
because a lot of people have been making fun of him for the pool. I don't know if you've seen the pool part.
I haven't seen the pool one. I don't think.
Okay, well that'll be funny to show you then. All right,
because when you zoom in on it, it just looks like a blob. Here. It looks like a blob.
Yeah. Tips for men here with Ashton Hall. Can you hear it?
Yeah. Oh, wait, how many toothbrushes did he have in there?
Oh, okay, hold on. Let's run it back.
It looked like more than... Oh, no, it was just one.
No, just one. Hella flossers, though.
Good. That's good for you.
Very roll with the flossers. Yeah, healthy. Yeah. Healthy. Yeah. All right, 354. Still brushing his teeth. Not bad.
Yeah.
Poured some water.
Bottles of water.
Yeah. So it's been 7 minutes brushing his teeth, which is...
I thought the video was still going. He's just standing.
That would be funny. No. 7 minutes brushing his teeth and rinsing his mouth. Yeah. That's fine.
That's good dental hygiene.
401. Going out to the balcony to hit some push-ups and do whatever that is. What was that?
Yeah.
Hit some push-ups and then hit the weirdest... he looks like he's about to shoot for a Nicki Minaj album cover.
Yeah.
While he's drinking his Saratoga water.
Yeah. That man loves that water.
Yeah. Gonna do some. I guess that was meditating.
I don't know if I don't always wear a shirt when I'm just hanging out. But
this is a great
anytime I'm sitting at a chair, it makes me the most uncomfortable ever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Especially a chair like that. I don't look like that.
I was gonna say counterpoint. If I was built like that, we're gonna poke some fun here, but if I was built like that, I wouldn't own a shirt.
Yeah, shirts would not exist.
I wouldn't own a shirt.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be serious about the Lord's business.
Is he listening to a sermon from Stephen A. Smith?
That's
what it sounded like to me.
It did sound like it.
Did it not?
About the Lord's business.
All right, here goes the water. This is the famous.
Okay, hold on. Pause.
Water
pause.
Okay. Whoa, weird spot to pause.
Why is he Why does it have to be that water if you're just dipping your face in it?
And is it the carbonated version?
That's some bubbles.
Because I can't tell. It's Saratoga, and what's that little thing under it? Is that carbonated?
Yeah, maybe it's still. Maybe it's...
That would be wild. McDonald's posted a meme of a bowl full of ice and their Sprite. Yeah.
Oh, man.
And somebody beat me. Man. I was literally going to, from our account, tweet a picture of Two-Face, but someone beat me to it. Someone had already done it.
Dang.
So I didn't. That thing would fry your face. But okay, yeah, we're doing the water dip. But you have to apparently mix with your hands.
Lemons in it this time.
He didn't. You're right. I have seen the one with the lemons. I don't know why he had to mix it together. It's water and ice.
Yeah.
We're going to go for a run.
The compression sleeves.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. But, I mean, do what you got to do. You don't want shin splints.
Yeah.
Fanny pack feels like it's not. Okay, he took it off. It feels like it's not necessary.
He was cooking.
Okay, here it comes. This is the part. I'm going to prepare you for this. So this is the part that's going viral. It's insane how long it takes him from leaving the ground to landing in the water. Are you ready for this?
Okay. Yeah.
From 7:36 from 7:36 to 7:40, he's diving into the pool. One dive. 7:36, 7:40.
That's crazy.
It took him 4 minutes to go from the edge of the pool to inside the water.
He's jumping.
Which is where the meme I sent you came from, by the way.
Yes. Yeah.
It was a different timestamp, though, and a different day.
Yep. Yeah.
Now he's hitting the hot tub.
I think the guy pushing the Zamboni behind him is so funny.
Yeah, because he's in the hot tub before everyone's even finished.
Yeah, he's just like, "Yep, I'm there before open."
This guy's probably so annoyed. Who does this guy think he is?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
What?
I take showers.
Yeah. Okay. Duh.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the banana thing. He's gonna eat a banana and then he rubbed it on his face, which was interesting.
A lot.
Here comes the quote.
So looking at it, bro, we got to go ahead and get in at least 10,000.
Oh, the look into the camera. Like he looked over at us, which kind of broke the fourth wall.
He's basically looking at it, bro. We're gonna have to get. Hey, do you guys see me? This is money I'm talking about, by the way.
Yep.
Money.
Yep.
We're gonna have to get it at least 10,000. So
yeah,
at least.
And maybe we just don't get it.
Oh, I definitely don't. 10,000. I definitely don't get it. I want to run that back.
They go ahead and get in. So looking at it, bro, we got to go ahead and get in at least 10,000.
He loves that water.
Now, yeah. Do we think this is a brand deal or an attempt to acquire a brand deal?
I think it's an attempt to get one.
But I kind of think so too. Big. But he's very he's making sure the label is seen. Everyone knows it's Saratoga water on every video.
Yep.
Which is
I have never even heard of Saratoga water until him. So maybe
me.
It is a brand deal,
like guerrilla marketing or something. Is he an industry plant?
Yeah.
Is he an industry plant? Apparently, though, this was one of the quickest flash in the pans we've seen, because apparently everyone's like, okay, we're done with him because he compared himself to God.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Which I did when I heard he compared himself. I was like, wild, but he probably does have a God complex. But then I saw the video. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, wasn't as bad as I thought. I know he was more so trying to say he wants to be like Jesus. Yeah. Which, granted, he's that's a whole other topic, but I didn't think it was as bad as I was expecting.
Yeah.
But yeah, what an interesting. Oh my gosh, Caleb.
I think I've already seen it.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna stop sharing and pull this up.
Is it the Hawk Tuah girl?
This is the Hawk Tuah. Yeah. We have breaking news.
I was gonna mention it. I'll
just pull it up.
Have been staring at it for a while.
We have breaking news. There's a Hawk Tuah girl documentary coming.
That's yeah.
According to Discussing Film, it is being developed by the studio behind Cyber Sleuths, The Idaho Murders, and Surviving Jeffrey Epstein. The Big Four.
Now, you know how they'll do a documentary, right? And then 2 years later, Hulu will pick it up, but they won't do a documentary. They'll do a dramatic reenactment.
Yes.
Who do you think would play her?
I guess it'd have to be
probably someone blonde, right? It has to
be, right?
Yeah.
Maybe who's blonde? Oh, Jessica Alba. No, she's too old.
No, too old.
Respectfully,
too old.
Love
Someone
Jessica Alba.
Young, a little bit younger, probably. I was thinking
Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, Sydney Sweeney. Yeah,
Sydney Sweeney. Yeah. But who's gonna play Pookie?
Pookie. Do you think Brad? No, too old. Probably no, too big. Probably Glenn Powell.
Oh, that's a good idea. I never would have thought of that.
Yeah.
This is why we're on the mic at the same time, because I thought of one, I couldn't have thought of the other.
Yeah.
That would be a great film.
Yeah.
That would be a great film. Now, honestly, this documentary it's funny that it's just now in development, because documentaries are insane these days.
I thought it would have been done 3 days later.
Yeah, they work almost as fast as Boardwalk T-shirt people.
This is just as surprising that it's been taking this long as it is for our friend Ashton jumping into the water taking 4 minutes.
Yeah, taking 4 minutes to jump into the water. Look, the Bills posted a picture of Josh Allen diving the end zone and had those timestamps, and there was a couple people, one in particular that I replied to, and he was like, I literally don't understand this in the slightest. What does this even mean? And I commented on it.
Good.
Yeah, I commented on it. I was like, man, I'm gonna be honest. You must not be chronically online enough to understand this meme, and I'm so serious when I say I'm very jealous.
Yeah.
Very jealous.
Yeah.
And then someone else commented, I was like, I don't understand either. Can you explain it? And I explained it, and I felt like a maniac typing it and explaining it. Like, there's this guy, and he's an influencer, and he dives into the pool, and it takes too long, and like, I'm like, what am I doing with my life? What is this?
What is going on right now?
What is this? Yeah, shout out to. By the way, I'm gonna say this because if any of that stuff the clips from us talking about Ashton Hall becomes a clip, there's gonna be haters like, oh, but you guys wish you were built like him. Yeah.
Yes.
Just getting ahead of that now. You're making fun of his routine. Maybe you should try it. Yeah, maybe I should. But guess what? I'm not going to.
Don't want to.
Yeah, not going to.
Not enough hours in the day for me, buddy.
So, nice try dunking on us. Not going to do it. Not going to do that. I found another thing that was insane. And this is a shout out to Brandon Walker, Barstool Sports. Of which I don't have to be a fan of. I don't know what would make you think that.
What shows are you on?
Oh, that's funny. I didn't even realize you had mostly on. Yikes. We're just Barstool stands this episode, I guess. No wrong.
Well, we had to. We got made fun of for thinking that PFTs took our.
True. You mean YAP? YAP commenter?
Yeah, YAP commenter.
YAP commenter? Can't deny it. He is.
He is.
Shout out to PFT. Anyway, I don't know where this came from. Maybe it came from the Yak or something. I know you watched that. I don't always get to tune in. But I want to talk about it anyway because Brandon Walker posted a poll on Twitter. This also could be from... No, I finished today's mostly. Anyway, where does a wallet go? The two options. Front pocket and back pocket.
Uh-huh.
What is your answer?
Mine goes back left pocket.
Okay, mine's back right, but back and front are the options.
Yeah.
42% of people so far have said front.
No
How do that many front pocket wallet people exist? How do you exist?
No. Listen.
I don't understand that.
AirPods, keys, miscellaneous in my front left pocket.
Yes.
Front right pocket phone. Back left pocket is my wallet. And then back right pocket is empty.
Okay, wait. You have front right is your phone?
Yeah.
That seems so foreign to me, but makes way more sense. I have it in my left, even though I'm right-handed.
My keys if my car wasn't push to start, I know flex. I probably would have my keys in my right pocket.
Okay, fair. I do have my keys in my right pocket. Keys and AirPod in my right pocket. I used to go phone and AirPods in the same. But it's a big lump because the keys tear the AirPod case up a lot. But I bring them to work down; they're tore up anyway. If I'm feeling fancy, I'll do, and I'm wearing jeans. I'll put the AirPods in the mini pocket.
Oh,
I'll say it. I've done it. I've done it.
Okay,
it's the maybe that's the AirPods pocket.
Yeah,
you know what pocket I'm talking about?
Yeah, chapstick pocket.
Yeah, the chapstick.
I don't use chapstick.
Fun fact:
but...
do you know what it actually is for? Why they created it?
Change?
No, it's a good guess though. It is for like pocket watches.
Really?
Yeah.
I just always assumed that pocket watches went in a front pocket on your like a button-up shirt.
They are for pocket watches. I'm going to confirm this right now. Levi's mini pocket purpose. I'm pretty sure that is why. It's either that or a monocle.
Oh.
It's something of that circular shape that was used back in the day. Yes.
Dude,
it was designed...
monocles are sick.
Yeah, they are sick. It was designed originally to hold pocket watches. That's what I thought.
Okay.
So we might have to just start rocking some pocket watches.
And I love that they just kept it. They're just like, yeah, people don't rock with pocket watches anymore, but jeans are going to keep this.
I'm going to have the first ever smart pocket watch. Yeah. I'm going to get like a chain that has the connection that'll connect to an Apple Watch and only connect one side and put that in my pocket, my watch pocket. And then I'll be like, oh, do you have the time? And I'll be like, yeah, just pull a dangling Apple Watch.
That would be crazy.
That would be awesome.
That would be crazy. Like, and wallets go in your back pocket because why else would you need a chain? A wallet chain.
Yeah, exactly.
A wallet chain going to your front pocket would look absurd.
Insanity. Absolute insanity. I don't... like, where have we gone as a society that we've gotten to the point where people are putting their wallet in their front pocket? And I'll give you another question. Has it always been this way? Have there always been 42% of people who are stupid?
Yeah.
I think the scared reality is that might be the case.
This was on the Yak today, and I think Brandon might have been the only one that said back pocket.
That's
Brandon
insane.
And Zah.
Okay, so it was from the Yak, because I just saw the poll on his Twitter.
Yeah,
and I was like, hold on, like I voted.
Yeah,
no hesitation. I was like, oh, front pocket, or sorry, back pocket. Like, oh, back pocket. And then I saw the results. I was expecting it to be overwhelmingly back pocket, and as it turns out, that is not the case. I really wish we had ads, because this would be a good time to put one in here, because I have something somber in the world of the internet.
Wait,
I don't know if you saw this.
Big Cat on the Yak yesterday talked about not mini briefcases, but carrying around briefcases again, and having snacks in one, but not many. He didn't mention a mini one. He did not mention a mini one.
We're right there.
Yeah,
we're right there. We need to get him on mini briefcases.
We need him to invest. We need him to invest in mini.
Big Cat. We are seeking any amount of money, just enough to have one mini briefcase made for 100% of our company.
Yep.
Help us out.
Yep.
We're trying to get mini briefcases going. Because look, I know what you're thinking. I didn't see. Yeah, I haven't seen what Caleb's referencing. I haven't seen that episode of the Yak, but I can't imagine you want to carry around a full-size briefcase all the time. Let's do something a little smaller for the boys. I don't want to have the same conversation we've already had on this show, but throw in some snacks, maybe a toy, your phone, maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Change of underwear in case, things go wrong at Chipotle.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Invest.
Yep. We have an idea, Big Cat. We just need money.
Yep. And we have Kyle Kuzma loosely attached.
Yes.
He never commented, but we commented on the idea of him using one. So, loosely attached. The Twisted Tea guy died.
Too. Whoa!
Yeah, I'm just dropping that.
Like, what do you mean the Twisted Tea guy?
The guy that hit the guy in the head with the can of Twisted Tea a couple years ago.
No way.
Yep, and not even the guy that got hit in the head. The guy that hit him in the head.
How did we find... You are dangerously on the internet.
I am dangerously on the internet. No, this is actually sent to me by Jimmy, and then I looked into it, and I think it's real. Kind of hard to confirm it with a guy of his stature. But Bobby Oliver, a.k.a. TKO, tragically passed away, and they're having a GoFundMe to raise money for his funeral. Legend of the game.
Will Twisted Tea donate?
Yeah, and Twisted Tea has yet to comment.
They
were tagged in the very post I'm looking at. And you know who else hasn't commented? Yeti Coolers. They haven't commented either. And I think it's their responsibility. So
Twisted Tea should comment, because that was there were so many free ads, and so many people would go to gas stations just to buy a Twisted Tea so they could take a picture at the counter with
the Twisted Tea. Yeah, and be like, just bought a firearm, or just bought a weapon. Yeah, didn't even check my. Well, they probably did check for your ID, but anyway.
Yeah, I hope so.
But they honestly, they should be paying for the funeral, or at least some. They should donate.
Yeah,
because the very least they could do is post about it so that their following sees it, and maybe they will donate.
Yeah,
because he honestly made them a lot of money.
Yeah,
and Saratoga should do the same thing one day, when hopefully a long time from now, when Ashton Hall's time comes.
Yep,
Saratoga water, because everyone's buying the Saratoga water.
Yeah, that's crazy.
R.I.P. man. Speaking of R.I.P., and I say this with respect. Respect was asked. Respect will be granted. Did you see the picture of Tiger Woods looking like he's in a casket, but he's in a hammock?
Yep.
This was a wild.
Are we just gonna rerun a bunch of Barstool debates today.
The problem is they record before us.
They do. That's what I'm saying. This one, we're just. I mean, I don't know if our listeners.
I had to scroll a little while in my bookmarks to get to this because from earlier yesterday. But as soon as I saw this, I was like, I'm not even going to ask you about this. I'm going to bring it up on the show. And then they ended up talking about it. I didn't realize until they did that she was married to Donald Trump Jr.
Yeah.
Has a pretty crazy dating history. Yeah.
Like, I was just saying, have you seen who else?
Like a kingpin in a gang or something.
Yeah.
And there was another
a Saudi prince or something.
Yeah, and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
And now Tiger Woods.
And then she got too old.
Yeah, and then she got too old for Leo, and now she's with Tiger. Yeah. But the reason I had bookmarked this because I was like, this is an absurd post because to my knowledge, no one knew about this, and you brought it up to ask for privacy, which we are giving. But this is the exact post. It said, "Love is in the air, and life is better with you by my side. We look forward to our journey through life together. At this time, we would appreciate privacy for all those close to our hearts."
Yeah. And
you could have just not said anything.
Was that post on Twitter?
Yeah.
Because he also posted it on Instagram.
I'm sure he did.
So I could see if it was just like one account, like, oh, my Instagram posted it or like whatever. But now he's like, I'm throwing this out to everybody. Keep it private. Please don't talk about it. Don't ask us.
Yeah, he asked for privacy. We're going to grant that. It's just interesting that you had the ultimate privacy. And then now everyone's talking about it. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else?
I mean, I was going to just be like, I was going to run back another Barstool debate. Where are you on hammocks?
Oh, where am I on hammocks?
When's the last time you were in a hammock?
That's the problem. It's been a long time. I think I'm team hammock, but
smart.
I agree with Big Cat that as a big guy, it's a little tougher.
Yeah,
you can get off balance pretty quickly and go tipping. But if you can get into a comfortable spot in a hammock on a nice day, a nice little breeze going.
Oh, top tier.
That's nice. That is.
I like the one, like the cocoon ones that like wrap all the way around you, and you're just swaying. The flat ones freak me out a little bit, and they're not as comfortable. Like the rope isn't super comfortable.
The flat ones that are pulled so tight that it's a board, basically. Yeah. It's a carnival game to get on it.
Yeah.
It's like what? It's literally like that one where you have to climb over the boards
stairs
attached to a rope. It's not possible. You have to have a hammock with plenty of slack where you can climb on in there, nuzzle up, and pretend to be a little
a hammock nap. A good hammock nap is undefeated because it just rocks you to sleep.
Yeah,
I can't wait for the weather to get nice so I can string mine up.
Yeah,
I've like one of those
been in a hammock in a long time, but I would. Yeah. So, I love a good hammock. I love a good outdoor nap in general.
Yeah.
An outdoor nap is insane. I took one on a good piece of outdoor furniture. To that debate, I do like a good piece of outdoor furniture.
Mm-hmm.
On vacation a couple years ago, I just fell asleep on this big round couch thing outside. On accident. Oh,
yeah.
One of the best naps of my life.
You get a nice breeze. It's like a little warm. A beach nap. Yeah. A beach nap is so nice because you just
something primal about it.
White noise, like people, like in the distance behind
Karen
you,
yelling at her mom, at her kids.
But on like a smaller beach, is nice, like with the waves crashing and just a nice nap. Maybe a couple bevies in you. Yep. Get you to sleep.
Look, waking up on a beach. I mean, that you feel like a pirate.
Yeah,
you feel like you got washed ashore or something
every time.
It's awesome. Outdoor naps are top tier.
Yeah,
top tier.
Speaking of a couple bevies, I lost a fantasy football league this year.
That you did.
There was a punishment attached to the league where you had to sit at a bar from open to close. And I just want to point out, like, my team was not bad. Like, I think everybody in the league ended up at least
This team came in last place.
Okay, but I'm saying like the worst record wasn't like awful. I just barely. I was like one game out of the playoffs, and then
you lost the losers bracket.
Yeah. And like I was looking at all the scores. Like one of the teams I played scored like 150. One of the teams scored like almost 140. So it's like a lot of points being scored in the losers bracket, and I just couldn't keep up. Anyway, I think I won the league the year before, so I'm not that. I won your league the year before.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've won the league multiple times, but the closest bar to me was only open 4 to 9, which is not that long. But there was a catch. Every beer you drank, every alcoholic beverage you drank, you get an hour off your time. So I went into it saying, you know what? I'm going to stay for the whole 5 hours that they're open, but I'm going to drink 5 or 6 beers and watch basketball. And let me tell you, when I walked into that bar and there was only one other dude in there watching the St. John's game, and he was about 50 and drunk. Like, maybe, I don't know if the bar opened like a couple minutes early, but this dude was already drunk by the time I got there. And I walked in the door before. And he was in his 50s. I just felt like the biggest degenerate ever. Like sitting at a dive bar with a guy just complaining about St. John's. And yeah, it was awful. For the first 2 hours was rough. It was a grind. But in the first 2 hours, I drank like 6 beers, which again felt like a degenerate. Just like
yeah. When that took off what, an hour per beer or a half hour?
An hour per beer.
Nice.
So like already at this point, like I could have gone home if I was just going to be like, oh.
Did you tell the bartender like, hey, I'm gonna be here a while?
Yeah, I told him. Yeah. He thought it was funny. It was a Steelers bar, so I talked.
Had Bill's logo hanging up, but okay.
Yeah, I talked ball with the owner who was the bartender, which is awesome.
Nice.
They had some really good chicken wings. I got some fries just to pick at to start, and then when people I knew got there, we all got wings. But I ended up having 8 beers, and he let us hang out. Like, he was going to be there anyway. And he let us hang out till 10:30 and finish watching the wrestling.
Nice.
So I spent.
So you actually stayed longer than you had to.
Yeah. So I spent 6.5 hours at the bar, had 8 beers. Add that up, it would have been a 14.5-hour day. So I feel like punishment was served, even though it was awesome after about like 6:30.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah, vibes were high.
And during the tournament, it's a good time.
Yeah, during the tournament, I hit Michigan money line while I was there. Not a sports podcast, but it ended up being a great time.
Yeah, is that your favorite bar?
Yeah.
Nice. Mine's probably black male in short shorts. I'm double suspect. Childish Gambino, 2011. That's probably my favorite bar, or one of them.
I knew you were going to do something like that.
One of my favorite bars.
It was a good time.
What if someone did open a bar that was just a line from a rap song?
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know. It was a bar that I liked, so I opened it. Severance Finale happened.
Yeah, Severance Finale did happen. It was actually my next note.
And now I'm sad because I don't have anything to do on Thursday nights. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of a depressing thought to think about. Yeah. Thursday nights are ruined.
Should we start a show?
We should just make our own.
No. Just say should we on Thursday night start watching the show every week?
Here's the problem. Because I go over to my sister's house, Molly Max's house, for Severance every Thursday. And I threw out the idea. None of us have seen Breaking Bad. I think Max has seen a couple episodes. I've seen
included.
One. You as well. I was like, what if we do Breaking Bad Thursdays to keep it going? The problem is with Severance, there's no more Severance to watch after Thursday. You have to wait for the next Thursday. I would have to have the willpower not to watch any more Breaking Bad until the following Thursday.
Yeah.
That could be an issue.
Yeah.
Or it could be fun. Well, it would be fun either way. But I don't know. But we have thrown around the idea of doing something like that. And if we do, I'll let you know if you want to do it on the same pace.
I will join. And then we can do our own Breaking Bad by the episode breakdowns on here.
Breaking down Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. Find something to do on Thursdays.
Yeah, I thought the Severance finale was incredible. I have a friend who works with me, and she was like, I am so mad. I was like, why? She was like, because it was a bad ending. I was like, it wasn't the ending.
Yeah, it's a pause.
Like, if it was the ending, I'd be like, that's annoying. Like, I need to know what's happening. But, like, it didn't.
Yeah, but also, I'll say right now, no matter how Severance ends, I'm not going to like it.
No, because it's going to be over.
And for that reason, I will like it.
Yeah.
When it happens, if like I'll come on the show and be like, it was a good ending because it had to end. But
yeah,
when a show gets so good, it's hard to have a good. I'll be shocked if they do a good job with the ending, and because of that, they almost can't do a bad job.
Yeah,
unless it gets really crazy.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I get it.
But yeah, you're right. It's not the end. It's really just in the story. It's a pause in the story.
Yeah.
Until they make more.
Yeah.
So
which they are.
Yeah.
Benny Stills,
that would have been a frustrating series finale.
Oh, it would have. Yeah.
Because it just leaves so many questions.
It does. There's like so many questions all over the place. We haven't seen Rickon in weeks.
Yeah. Where's Rickon doing? Cooking up a new book.
We haven't seen Ragabi in weeks.
Yeah, haven't seen Ragabi in weeks. She dipped out. And, like, I don't know if they're new questions.
Yeah.
Some of the questions are new.
Yeah.
The whole show is flipped on its head. It's not going to be the same. Yeah. It can't be the same the rest of the way.
No.
So I'm interested to see what they do with that. Yeah, it's just, it was so good, though. It was absolute cinema. I'm so serious. I really, really want to get the group of people I know that watch Severance to be large enough that we can chip in and rent out a theater for either the season premiere or the season finale next time.
Or both.
Yeah. Because I know at one point, the theater here was doing, it was like $100 to rent out a theater.
Yeah.
That's not bad. You just get a group. No. Honestly, the group of people now could split that. It'd be no problem.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I have started an army of Severance fans here.
We're almost like a little pyramid scheme. Like, who's under your branch?
You got me.
I have a pretty big branch, and then you have a pretty big branch.
I've gotten like 6 people here to start watching it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are they all caught up, or you still have people that are catching up?
I have a couple of them finished, and then I have a couple that still need to finish. Like, one guy has a couple episodes left, and I was like, let me know when you're watching the finale. I will watch with you.
Brittany was telling me today, she's like, me and Chris went to watch the finale of Severance, and his brother they're using our Apple account as well. So it was getting things confused, and it had us watching an episode from season 2 for a few minutes. And I was like, in my head, I'm trying to keep just a normal, like, oh, that's crazy. But in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, please tell me she didn't have like one of the greatest finales ever spoiled. Season 1 finale. And I'm just like, oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, what did you see? And she's like, well, it was a couple minutes of one episode. And then we're like, this isn't right. And went to the next episode. And that's when we realized we were way, way ahead. And I was like, did anything get spoiled? And she was like, spoiler alert. She was like, the only thing that got spoiled was that Irv and Bert were speaking on the outside. And I was like, oh, that's not bad. But on the inside, I was like, and then I was like, okay, so how far did you get? She was like, we watched the finale. And I was like, oh, thank God you watched it without any spoilers. Because it's so good. I actually think season 1 finale might be better than season 2.
Season 1 finale is insane.
But here's the thing. The season 2 finale is so good the whole time.
Yeah.
The season 1 ending is, I think, might be a hot take because people are so hyped up on this ending, might be a more insane ending than...
Oh, isn't it more insane, especially when you think that people had to wait 3 years on that cliffhanger?
That's what Brittany said. She was like, then we looked at the timestamp and saw that season 2 didn't come out for, it was 3-year gap. I was like, yeah. Yeah. She was like, you watched it real time? I was like, honestly, not quite. I can't claim it was real time, but it wasn't long after.
Even me watching it last year was like, this is insane. Like,
yeah. So, but Benny Stills said it's not going to take that long this time.
No.
So I think what happened is, I think it was taking long as it is, and then probably when they were about to start shooting, strike.
Yeah.
So that pushed it back even more.
Yeah.
I remember reading about the strike having an impact, and because I was itching.
And just some of those episodes, like I think a lot of it is like, oh, you can just stay in one set. You can stay like in the office building or whatever and do a lot of that show. But like episode 4, when they're outside and like hiking and stuff, how long do you think that took? Like that episode took probably weeks.
Yeah, that probably took a long. I mean, these are basically movies. Every episode is like a mini movie. And then legitimately, every 2 episodes on average is probably the length of a movie.
Yeah,
and the production is so like insane, so high. They really are putting out. We have 10 episodes. They're pretty much putting out 5 movies.
Yeah,
and you're complaining that it's like, and I will complain because I want it right now. But we're gonna complain that it's taken too long when it's been like a year to make 5 movies. So that's I see why it would take a while.
Yeah. I can't wait. I'm going to push it even more for people to watch it though.
Yeah. Also, I saw people. I shouldn't say people. I saw one, but if there's one, I assume there's more. Maybe I shouldn't assume. That was like, deleting Apple TV, like getting rid of my subscription until the new Severance season. Like, thanks, but that's all I wanted to watch. So I'm like, wouldn't maybe you think for a second, hey, this was so good, maybe they have more good shows?
Yeah.
Like, they're losing, the report came out, they're losing $1 billion a year. Like, maybe check out their other shows. Because they have really good shows. Severance is their best show. Easy. But they have really good shows.
Yeah.
So, check it out. Also, Tim Cook, sponsor this show.
Yeah.
We talk very highly of Apple TV. We'd love a sponsorship.
We love
also,
Apple TV.
Why would he pay us to do it when we do it for free? And we also have
do that thing where you like let some creators see the show early so they can have videos about it right away.
I would love that.
I would cry.
We will do. Listen, next season, Ben Stiller, my guy, Benny Stills, Tim Cook, whoever's in charge of this, give us the early access.
Yeah.
Give it to us now. We'll do breakdowns.
Yeah.
Listen, there's an open market for the dumb breakdown. All the people that do these breakdowns are so smart. They notice everything. You need a couple of guys that are like, the snow, little more melted than it was last episode. Like, you need some bad evaluations.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Lucas and KFC clocking in.
Yes. We're about to get Sporkle.
Oh, geez.
I'm going to tease. I'm not going to say what it is, but we just have some breaking NFL news, so you guys can tune in tomorrow.
Okay.
To see what that was. To me, I think it tells us who the Steelers quarterback's going to be, even though they didn't sign him yet. But
can I give a couple more things?
Yeah.
Did you see the story about the pilot that left his passport and had to turn around a flight going from LA to China?
No way.
Yeah, I didn't read the article, just read the headline, but I just think that's hilarious.
They don't have some kind of backup plan for that?
How do you, if you're an international pilot, how do you not just have that thing on you at all times?
Keep that thing on you. And what pocket do you put it in?
Bag.
Yeah, that's true. Probably less
stays in the
bag.
Pocket. It stays in the bag. Also,
there should be some kind of. Sorry, there should be something for that, right? Like, hey, emergency protocol. I forgot my passport. Can you call China and say, hey, China, pilot forgot his passport.
I think
this is who he is. This is all his information.
China.
Sure, but if they're allowing it with the passport, there's got to be some kind of way.
Yeah,
they could allow it without, as long as the confirmed proper people with the proper security clearances are saying, this is who this is. Here's all his information. Yeah. He just simply forgot it. There's got to be a way. Can we fax you a copy or something?
Yeah.
Put it on the thing and there's got to be something. That's crazy. That would suck.
Yeah. Imagine being on that flight and like you're already in for a long flight, and how do you?
I'm so serious. I'd cancel my trip.
How long into a flight? Like, how do you realize that far? Like,
yeah, imagine they were like about to land in China. He's like, oh, whoops, forgot.
But,
sorry.
Also, like, how do you realize that you forgot?
It must just hit him.
Yeah.
I don't have my passport.
Yeah.
You have that feeling that you're forgetting something, you know?
Yep.
And then it hits him like, oh my gosh, there's my passport.
Yeah.
That would suck. What were you saying about your nails?
I've been clipping my fingernails instead of biting them, and I feel better about myself as a person.
Nice. I need to do that. It would do a lot of favors to my nails and my teeth.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So,
honestly,
clip your fingernails.
Hard to full blown make that switch.
Oh, it is. But I've been crushing it.
Yeah. Speaking of fingernail clippers, they're going for too much. But one of the funniest things I thought you would be able to get from the OJ auction is his toenail clippers.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Like, imagine gifting someone. It's like they're like golden toenail clippers. They're like, oh, you got me toenail clippers? Like, oh, buddy. I didn't just get you toenail clippers. I got you OJ Simpsons.
These toenail clippers clip the toes of a running back that ran for 2,000 yards in 14 games.
Yeah, true. Now that you own this, 50% of the people that have owned these have ran for 2,000 yards in a season.
Yeah. In 14 games. Don't forget it was only 14 games.
Yeah, in 14 games. The coolest part about if you buy those, though, it comes in a bunch of random small items. So there's like a police badge and stuff. It's cool. But anyway, you want to get to some Sporkle?
Yeah, let's Sporkle.
Let me get it pulled up here.
Dang, I'm so proud of us for not talking about Stardew Valley for 15 minutes today.
Oh, I wanted to, too. I've been raking in some money. Finally.
My Xbox is still on from when I was playing it before we got on here, and yeah, I'm balling.
Yeah.
I'm almost at $2 million total.
I mean, I'll never make up for how poorly my start was.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm pointing in the right direction right now.
The thing about this game is that there's no, like, timeline that you have to finish it by. So, like...
it can take you as long as you want, really.
You have nothing but time.
Yeah. All right, let's do some Live 5.
Live 5.
First question. You can see it, right? I always ask, but I'm pretty sure you can. Okay. The Low Country, a geographic and cultural region that includes Hilton Head Island and Isle of Palms, is located in which U.S. state? Is it South Carolina, Florida, Georgia, or Alabama?
This is South Carolina.
It sure is. You been there?
To South Carolina?
Low Country. Or is Low Country, are they the same thing?
I think it's the same thing.
Got it. By what nickname is professional... by what nickname is professional wrestler and actor Terry Bollea best known? This is definitely The Rock. The options are The Rock, Triple H, Hulk Hogan, and Kane.
It's Hulk Hogan, I believe, because Triple H is Paul something, The Rock is Dwayne, and then Kane is not that, but I know he's the governor of something. He was Knoxville.
Kane. Shout out to Kane. Went to high school with a guy named Kane.
Yeah.
Of, at, in, and on are among the most common words that are what part of speech? Article, preposition, conjunction, or adjective? This would be conjunction?
I think so.
Preposition.
Wow, we're idiots.
We should know that. No, you know what? Yeah. No. We don't need to know that. I can communicate with you, you communicate with me. Why do I need to know what that means?
That's true.
What 4-word quote from the 1976 film Taxi Driver, spoken by a character looking at himself in the mirror, ranked number 10 on AFI's 100 Years, 100 Movie Quotes list? First of all, I'm going to need to see this list at some point because it probably sucks.
Probably.
We could make way better. I could give you 58 from Hot Rod alone, and the other 42 would be from the other guys. And that's going to be the best list you're going to find.
Yeah.
Anyway, the options are I see dead people, I am your father, you talking to me, and hasta la vista, baby. I think from process of elimination, I've narrowed it down to
It's
two.
You talking to me.
Okay. That was one of my two.
I've never seen it, but...
Yeah, that and hasta la vista, baby, but that doesn't really make sense.
No.
Talking to me, looking in the mirror makes sense.
Yeah.
I hyped himself up. Yeah. Okay, what 1986 film featured a school principal speaking the line 9 times? Oh, wait, the question mark's for us. Speaking the line 9 times. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Dirty Dancing, The Breakfast Club, or 16 Candles?
Ooh.
Now, what do they mean by... He says the line 9 times. He doesn't say the line...
Yeah.
9 consecutive times?
Yeah.
Because if it was that, I was going to say, is this Ferris Bueller's Day Off when he keeps saying
Bueller like 1,000 times.
Bueller. But I think he
Dancing.
says 9 times.
Yeah.
Bueller's the only one I've seen.
I would say The Breakfast Club. I don't know. Wow.
I think that's what that is. I don't like the way they worded that. That's not fair.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have put quote around 9 times.
Yeah.
Unless does the principal say 9 times?
Yeah, I have no
said
idea.
It 9 times. I have no idea. Either.
No idea.
What 1969 best-selling novel begins with a satellite called Scoop crashing in Arizona? Is this message from Malaga, The Crystal Cave, The Drifters, or The Andromeda Strain? I have no idea. I've never read any of these. If they were made into movies, I didn't see any of them.
The Drifters.
So I'm gonna. Okay.
I don't know. It just felt right. Arizona.
I was gonna say message anyway, so we still would have been wrong.
Yeah.
What word can be used to describe a type of French bread, as well as a type of cut of a diamond? Okay, here we go. Pain de campagne, baguette, croissant, pain de mie.
It's one of the pain. Because just how we've seen this game played before.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Thing. I'm gonna say pain to me.
Baguette.
No way.
I guess it would have made sense to go with one of the breads.
That's true.
Since it does say it's type of bread.
How do we know? I'm not.
Yeah, those
French.
could be breads too.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of what no is for a second there, but anyway, what brand of Square ice cream bar shares its name with a highway that runs through Western Canada and into Alaska? Is this Polar Express, Klondike, Yukon, or Golden North?
What was that?
Gotta be Klondike, right? GMC. It's like similar to a Suburban.
Okay.
So this is a vehicle. That wouldn't be the answer.
And the Polar Express is a movie.
Klondike. Yeah. Got to be, right? What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Yukon.
How come they haven't brought that campaign back? I don't know. I just feel like I can see. That sounds
TikTok.
like
TikTok would eat that alive.
Yeah, and it sounds like a campaign you'd hear on like a podcast if they want to sponsor ours.
Yeah,
like I can see now. Like I don't know. Like what say you, Brandon Walker? What would you do for a Klondike? Like I can see that now, but it's not. So make a comeback, Klondike. James Worthy and Brad Doherty were both selected number 1 in the NBA draft. From which university? Is this UCLA, University of North Carolina, Butler University, or Syracuse? I think this is UCLA. I wish I felt better about it, but I think it's UCLA.
I mean, I don't really know. Either there or UNC.
Yeah, it was UNC. You know what? As I was clicking UCLA was when you said UNC, and my brain didn't compute that as UNC.
Yeah.
It was just University of North Carolina. If it would have said UNC, I would have been like, this might be UNC. But it wasn't.
Not going to know this
1900 and 1920, Eugene V. Debs ran for president of the United States 5 times as a candidate for what political party? Is this the Socialist Party of America, the Peace and Freedom Party, the Prohibition Party, or the Libertarian Party?
Please be the Prohibition Party. That's why he did win.
I'm sure it's not the Amateur Ambition Party, Caleb.
Yeah.
It was the Socialist Party of America. What Russian author published the work Crime and Punishment?
You love Russian literature.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I love Tetris. That's Russian.
Yeah, great.
The movie,
great
Tetris movie, Apple TV.
Apple TV,
fantastic.
Great film.
Is this Alexander Solzhenitsyn, Boris Pasternak, Leo Tolstoy, or Fyodor Dostoevsky?
No, Leo Tolstoy.
No, nope. His name almost
today.
feels like Leo Toy Story a little bit.
Yeah.
What sign of the Western Zodiac uses a ram as its symbol? This would be the Los Angeles football team.
Yep.
The options are Taurus, Aries, Capricorn, or Gemini.
I don't even know what my zodiac sign is.
Really?
Yeah. It's either an Aquarius or a Capricorn, but I'm not sure. But I think this is stemming from when I used to.
You are Aquarius, Caleb.
Ah, nice. What are you?
Leo, leader.
I think this is an Aries.
Okay, by the way, Aquarians born on January 29th are not content to watch the parade go by. They are spurred on by a powerful sense of mission. So, Pride Parade, for example, when you see it go by, you're spurred on to be a part of it, which is very inspirational. You said you think this is Aries?
Yeah, there's a Beyblade that I think was Aries and it was a ram. Yeah.
Nice. Sick. That's a great way to get to that.
Yep.
What Comedy Central personality and comedian has released... Yes, I know this. Has released stand-up specials titled Completely Serious and Happy Thoughts. Is this Aziz Ansari, Louis C.K., Daniel Tosh, or Dimitri Martin? You know, Caleb, they say money can't buy happiness. I disagree. Because it can buy you a wave runner. Have you ever seen somebody frown on a wave runner? This is Daniel Tosh.
Daniel Tosh.
GOAT, favorite comedian.
Yeah. Happy Thoughts might be my favorite stand-up.
Happy Thoughts is very good. But the last one he did that he actually put out, People Pleaser.
Yeah,
wow.
Very good.
Pleaser. Very good.
Very good.
He's so funny. Glad he got into the podcast game.
Yeah.
What player is the all-time leader in hits in New York Yankees franchise history? Is this Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Lou Gehrig, or Derek Jeter? Okay. Process for elimination. Lou Gehrig. That's a disease, not a person. That's not it. Mickey Mantle. What is this? A statue in Disney World? Not that. That leaves Babe Ruth and Derek Jeter. I actually think this might be Mickey Mantle.
I think so too.
Derek Jeter. We're
DJ.
The one from our at least general era, and we didn't get it.
Yep. We don't know baseball.
Yeah. I'm mad you didn't acknowledge my Mickey Mantle Orlando statue joke, by the way. From the Greek word...
I was thinking on top of, like, over your fireplace.
Sure. I was going that general direction. I don't know. The joke was there. The delivery was not.
Yeah.
From the Greek words for narrow and to write, what is the 11-letter word for the art of writing in shorthand? Is this stenography, iconography, calligraphy, or stylography? The only one I've heard of is calligraphy.
Calligraphy, I feel like, is not... Is it shorthand, though?
I just heard of it. Not a writer. Also, my hands aren't short.
No. Maybe go with calligraphy.
Nope.
Oh, I started saying stenography.
What is... Oh, nice. Let's go. This is a layup. What does the Canadian coffee chain Tim Hortons name their bite-sized donut holes, eh? And you're just out there bumping and grinding with the boys. Tim Hortons was a beauty. Is this Maple Bites, Tiny Tims, Timbits, or Munchkins? Now, traditionally,
Tiny
this is
Tim's is
Tiny Tims would be. I picture like little boots.
Oh, Tiny Tim is the dying sun in A Christmas Carol.
It's also, I think it's the guy that sings the creepy music that works for SpongeBob and Insidious.
Oh yeah.
Who died while singing one of his songs? So that's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, this normally is Timbits, unless they're doing a collab with Justin Bieber, in which it's Tim Biebs, and mine mysteriously go missing, and the person in the back seat claims they didn't touch them, and that's where they were. So these are Timbits.
Someone ate your Tim Biebs.
Shout out to Brad. Oh man. But he swore he didn't. I'm like, bro, I put him back there, and there was like 3/4 of them left, and I go to get them, and there's like 1/4 of them left. You're the only one back there. But who knows? We'll never know. It's a mystery. Video sharing website YouTube was founded in 2005 by 3 former employees of what website? Is this Yahoo,
I think
PayPal,
I know this for some
MSN,
weird
or
reason.
MySpace? All right, go for it then.
I think they were PayPal employees.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, which is weird, but I think.
Mm-hmm. That is true. That's interesting then. Do you think Elon Musk bought Twitter because he was jealous that he didn't get in on the YouTube thing? Because I think he was part of PayPal.
Oh, maybe.
I think that was like a long play for him where he was like, I've always been insecure about the fact that I didn't jump in on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why he's severely overpaid for it. Anyway, what kind of fruit sits atop the men's singles Wimbledon trophy? Is this orange, pear, grapes, or pineapple? Yikes. I feel like it would be grapes, but that's just a vibes pick.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, more NFL news. That one's funny. Yeah, let's go grapes. Pineapple.
No way.
In the 2010s, what rock band has released studio albums titled Wasting Light, Sonic Highways, and Concrete and Gold? Their 7th, 8th, and 9th studio albums. Was it Soundgarden, Green Day, 9 Inch Nails, or Foo Fighters?
Is it the Foo Fighters?
I was kind of thinking Foo Fighters as well.
I don't hate it.
It is.
Fun fact, my dad went to high school with Trent Reznor, the lead singer of 9 Inch Nails.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. He played at one of his friends' graduation parties. Not my dad. But
oh, this is easy. Another layup.
Yeah.
Duke University is located in which N state? This North Carolina, New Mexico, North Dakota, or Nebraska? This is
crazy that we got both Carolinas in these.
Yeah, that's true. That's interesting. In what year was Spider-Man first introduced? Is this 1944, 1962, 1950, or 1973?
62? I don't know. When did comics start?
Man. I mean, comics been around for a while, but
yeah.
Spider-Man. Yeah, I guess 62 feels like a good pick.
Yeah, I just don't know.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Our spidey senses were on in that one. According to the CDC, what kind of poisoning will you subject yourself to if you use gasoline or charcoal burning devices inside your home? This is a repeat question. We've gotten this before.
Yep.
And we knew it, and we still know it. Is this going to be dihydrogen monoxide, carbon monoxide, hydrogen peroxide, or carbon dioxide? This is carbon monoxide.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember being like, oh, I knew it for gas, but I wouldn't have guessed charcoal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I would.
I remember being held up. I remember trying to figure out if it was monoxide or dioxide.
Yeah, because the charcoal threw me off. Because I was like, I would assume burning charcoal inside is a bad idea, but I didn't know it was carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
What TV show that aired from 1973 to 1984 included a future Academy Award winner and was followed by the popular spin-off Mork and Mindy? Is this Happy Days, Joanne Loves Chachi, Laverne and Shirley, or Blanksy's Beauties? Hear me out. I think it's Laverne and Shirley because it's the same type of name.
I was going to say not that because of that.
Really? I feel like that's why they spun it. They're like, oh,
and the only one that I know about, the only one I know about is Happy Days, so I was going to go Happy Days.
That is the only one that I've also heard of.
And the way it's spelled.
Would tell me.
Look at how it's spelled. How they did the and.
The and? Oh,
yeah.
Different. Yeah, that's true. And Happy Days is the only one either of us have heard of, so
yeah.
Why would the other ones have done well enough to get a spinoff?
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's roll with Happy Days. And that was right.
Look at that.
That's 5. We'll see if we can get any others real quick. On what long-running soap opera did Lindsay Lohan appear for 4 episodes in the late 90s in one of her first acting roles? This Another World, Days of Our Lives, Guiding Light, or As the World Turns? I want to go DOL.
I think it's going to be one of the world ones because they have 2 of them. I know that hasn't done great for us.
Oh, you were right. I just went with the other one.
I was going to say
we got our 5.
World Turns. Yeah, we got our 5.
Nice. We got our 5.
No super banger long 10 question streak like last time, but
no, that was electric. And it could have been like 15, 16. We had missed that one.
Yeah.
But
my bad.
Yeah, that was Yelling at Pigeons. I'm excited to talk sports. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
I've been like kind preview.
of looking at things.
So. We're going to do my UFL preview, and we have 2 signings, one of which I would say is relevant to you, and one of which I would say is relevant to me.
Great.
So they both happened while we were recording. Ooh, okay. Where can they find you?
Wow, we haven't done this for a while, have we?
I know. It just came to me. I was like, yeah, we haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
They don't know where to find you. You've been lost. Tell them.
On Twitter at Caleb P. Crane. I haven't tweeted anything in a while. But
you get on that.
That's because I have realized that I only tweet when I'm like not in good mental health.
Fair.
So
fair.
The creative juices flow more on Twitter because I need that people to tell me that I'm funny. But anyway, and Instagram Caleb Crane 12, and I will be posting a TikTok on probably my TikTok and the YAP TikTok of my time at the bar.
Nice. Okay, you can find me if I'm on it. It's Luke Schultz 56. So look me up.
Yeah, we'll talk to you next week.
Let's bus.
Peace.
Man, they overpaid. I just saw the number.
I just got it.
31-year-old.
Are we still recording?
ACL? No. Oh, we are. We are. We are. I'll cut this. Or I won't, and it's a teaser.
Yeah.
I probably will.